Please welcome two-time Premiership coach, the Messiah, the eccentric, the brilliant Malcolm Blight.
Hamish, unlike Andrew, could you check the writing, please, see if it's okay? Well done. I think everyone said that's come up on this dais tonight has talked about being humble. I'm probably, and should be, the humblest. The reason being, I'm sure there are another two to go, of course, and I don't know who they are, but I'll bet they spent more than 3 years at the footy club. So, when the luck came, perhaps it came a little bit my way. Just want to tell you a story. It was 1996. It was the 100th year of VFL AFL football. Crows had been in for 5 years. I was working for Channel 7, Hamish. There were 458 celebrations that year. I went to every one of them. I was working on a show called Talking Footy, just talking about footy, which has probably been my passion since following Port Adelaide and then, of course, Woodville. I had a great life. I was playing golf 5 days a week. Had a wonderful, wonderful year, called the grand final, had a wonderful function after, my 459th function for the year. Sitting at home on the Monday, I get a phone call. My perfect life is being interrupted. Over the next week, one, Mr. Bob Hammond, Mr. Bill Sanders, and Mr. John Reid came and annoyed hell out of me. I'd had 12 years of coaching. I was done. I thought I was done. I'd had a lot of fun, had a lot of finals, nearly got the Holy Grail, not quite, but was okay with it. Probably, and only people in the room would know this, maybe a few sips of ginger beer later, you saw the possibility of me perhaps coaching a team in South Australia. I am very much a South Australian, and it was after a while I saw the challenge that Bill, Bob and John gave me. Those three blokes have been thanked a bit tonight, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank them again. Thanks, guys. I should say, I saw Bill playing for Woodville when I was 9 years old. He's 104 now, of course. I saw Bob play for North Adelaide, coach premiership sides, and then played state football with him being around. And of course, John, after playing against him, helped me at the great Woodville Football Club in those days, assistant coach and a great family friend with Di and the kids. I walked into the job and things changed, as they usually do when change happens. One of the things I knew about going around the country talking, commentating on footy, was that the Adelaide Crows, and I'm sure you heard it, was seen to be the Chardonnay sipping mob, you know, in the car parks, which I was bloody envious of. Going to the footy and having a barbecue and sitting out there. Anyhow, as history shows, and the boys in the room that were playing, we were 1-3 after a loss to the mob down the road. It wasn't a pleasant week in football, round 4 of 1997. The following week, we beat the top team of the time, which happened to be the Western Bulldogs. Happened by one thing, and one thing only, is that very, very good players win very, very good games of footy. From where they'd been, as a club, I think they were starting to get the hang of it, and we put together a lot of wins. We had a lot of injuries, and incredibly won 13 games. And I say incredibly, it was heartache. It was a lot of heartache, but they fought their way to 13 wins, and then did the impossible. And I'm sure you all know it. I'm only telling you history, but 4 winning finals. I can tell you I spent a lot of time in Victoria and around the country. It was impossible. In the previous 100 years, no team had ever done it. No team had ever done it. Can you believe that? So the Adelaide Football Club afforded me the opportunity to coach and perhaps get that little dream that I'd chased for the previous 12 years. To everyone at the club, and Andrew mentioned it, and most of the boys, I mean, football clubs are fantastic places to be around. People are there with their heart and soul and their passion. And everyone from the boot studders up, the old saying, joined in, as did the whole of South Australia. No one was more proud than me to be South Australian, but also to finally put to rest that we could play bloody football in this state. Along the journey, it's just a bit of a quick one that I got a bit of a surprise tonight. My sister June and brother Barry are here with their husband George and wife Lynn. I didn't know they were coming. They don't go to too many functions. My sister does probably, but my brother doesn't, so that was great to see that there. And also, my wife Patsy's with me tonight, and she's been a player's wife, a coach's wife, and she's also been through the toughest 12 months of her life and my life together. And a lot of people in this room would know, and it is just fantastic that she's here with me, and I love you, darling. Now, one of the things about, you see the glory days and you see those wonderful highlights from all the players, great players, but there are players who miss. And one of the toughest things in coaching is those players that miss. And in that first year in '97, and I know there are some in the room tonight, Matty Liptak and Peter Barty both missed, probably our best two half forwards. Tony Modra won the Coleman medal and missed with the knee. And of course, Mark Prosciutto with that OP just had awful problems with it. Other players just missed out on selection. It is the hardest thing as a coach, but I'll never forget what happened and what they did for the club, and neither should anybody else. Then to win it from fifth, no one had done that before either. The Adelaide teams of '97-'98 were exceptional young men and exceptional players. I talked about the fluke. I didn't realise that was going to be on, but, you know, people know, oh, that was just a fluke. To do it again, the fluke gone. What actually happened is the reputations of the Adelaide players, through their deeds and actions, enhanced their reputations like you would never believe. Gone from Chardonnay sipping town to a great, great footy club, which it continues to be. Champions emerged, and also great people. And the AFL finally woke up that the Adelaide Football Club was going to be a strength, and has consistently been a strength for its 25 years. Where it started from, probably the fifth, I think from memory, the fifth best performed club in those years. 2 premierships in 25 years. I was lucky. I followed Cornsey and Robert Shaw. They'd set some players on their path, and I'm always thankful for that. 2 in 25 years is it better than a strike rate now. If you think about it, you're going to win 1 in 18 because the rules set it up that way. So Adelaide's done pretty bloody well. I only had a short stay. There was just so many contributors in the room, and it's great to see so many people here. The players of today are here playing for the Adelaide Football Club. Someone else mentioned it. Boys, it is up to you to make your own history. You're at a great footy club. Enjoy your time. Hopefully down the track, success will come. Thanks very much.